All right. Everybody good?
Alright, gang. Let's go over the plan one more time. Michael's stunning us.
No, my light
Tell me,
thing.
sir?
My light thing seems to be sensitive, so I'm like in ambulance mode, as Chris characterized.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So as you guys are kind of discussing this a lot too, you guys been looking at the cliff and things. Gutwad and Hepshard come trudging up the hill, and you hear Hepshard not really sneaking. He kind of is trundling through the forest.
I'm gonna turn to him and say, "Shh." Like a real asshole. I'm just kidding. I'm not actually gonna do that. All right.
What did James say?
James says, Benefisto says, thumbs up, let's do this.
Nice. All right. That works for me.
Wait, what did Hepshard do?
What did he say?
What did Hepshard do?
He just trundles up the hill and he's like, "What do you guys want?" And Gutwad wasn't really very clear, and Gutwad, he kind of like looks a little offended and he's like, "I was very clear. We needed help." and he picks up Mikhail's shield again and kind of trundles over and plops it in front of Mikhail and like crosses his arms. You could tell Hepshard maybe not was gentle with poor little Gutwad.
All right.
All right, let's do this.
So are we multi-orb?
Who's gonna? All four of us gonna grab the orb?
Yeah, we're gonna try it. How do we get all the goblins near the cliff?
Details.
What if we? So here's this: if we light the tent on fire and see if a leader emerges, and then try to take control of the leader and see if we can get him to charge the cliff.
So one detail about the orb that didn't come into play last time because it was more a descriptive battle as opposed to an actual battle as far as roles and initiative. The orb takes a minute for you guys to concentrate through. So it's not like you just put your hands on it and it goes. So it does take about a minute of concentration, focus, and pulling yourself into the other person.
So we'll get one.
Pretty much one go at this.
Yes, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait.
Well, what if we have the goblin?
Can Gwen and
we're gonna have
sit in the back and try to do this?
Gwen and Gutwad do what?
Try to orbit?
Oh, don't let Gutwad touch the thing. He can hold the shield.
That's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
It's a terrible idea.
It's probably a good thing that both hands are holding the shield.
Gutwad, here, take this little flask and go over near the cliff.
You give him one of the orbs?
That's what I was thinking.
He's like, "Ooh, pretty!" And he grabs the orb, and he because he's so small, the orb's a little big in his hands, and he kind of like he's got it a little bit more, have like two arms.
Get it back. Right, let's concentrate on this orb. Let's do this.
All four of us. Same weak goblin as before.
See.
Okay. Everybody make will saves or will checks.
Oh, is a will check different than a will save?
It's the same thing.
Oh, okay. I think I did it.
Yeah, I just rolled a d20 because I have +0 to my will. So
Okay.
Did it roll? My thing's taking a while to update. Hello?
I don't see one from you.
You don't
Okay.
have one yet.
Okay.
There
There
it
it
is.
goes. It was just. Oh god.
All right, so all four of us, we all put our hands on the orb. It's not huge, but we're able to all get one hand on the orb. Mikhail and Ishinda, you kind of fight each other, but you can tell you're not really projecting very well, and you kind of push against each other.
So you know
Tyrael,
what? I'm gonna back out. I'm gonna break mine.
Does
Okay.
it break it for
Oh wait,
everyone?
that breaks everybody's, huh?
you don't know.
Oh, cause it's 4.
Yeah, could be.
You don't know.
All right,
Yeah.
I am gonna back out and see if it does anything because I'd almost rather try again.
So Ashinda takes his hand off, and Kyle, the presence that you were kind of fighting against disappears, and now you're kind of just, you can feel like you're behind, but not really helping the other two. And Ashinda, you pull out, and you see the rest of everybody else just kind of eyes rolled back in their heads, holding the orb. Jack has this overpowering just like urge, and he focuses in on this goblin, and let me you not only overpower him, but you take the strength from Tyrael, and you completely encompass the goblin, and you have sole control of the goblin.
Played, sir.
Be the goblin.
So what do you want to do? This one?
Yep, that was the one. He turns around and stumbles his way over to this side of the tent.
Okay.
And he's gonna make a grab for the torch.
All right. So the torch is, it's kind of one of the, like a staked in the ground, kind of a big metal post, but you're able to pull it out of the ground and kind of carry it a little bit. You're not super strong, but you're able to do it. It's a little unwieldy. And you're trying to light the tent on fire?
Yeah, I'm gonna rest it against the tent.
So yeah, you kind of pick it up and you drop it against the tent, and it's like this heavy canvas, and there's you can kind of see light inside, but there's no shapes or anything. It's really dim light. But as the flames hit the tent, the flames catch and it starts to burn, and it gets brighter, and the whole front door of the tent starts going up in flames, and all the goblins nearby, they all turn around, and they, instead of like fear, they're all like, ooh, ah, and they quite a few of them actually start to kind of get closer to the fire, all kind of mesmerized by it. The one that was right in front of the door backs away a little, but not too much, and you actually see quite a few of the goblins get closer.
What?
It's just,
How do I speak again? Or can we speak?
so you can speak. You actually have soul control. You're actually using Tyrael's will to help you control the goblin completely.
I guess I mean in terms of language. How do
So you understand and speak only goblin. You don't understand common. You don't understand any languages that you previously know anymore. Your mind is, you're seeing everything through his mind.
I turn around and I raise my. He turns around and he raises his arms like this. Fellow goblins! I am Balthazar. I am Balthazar the Great Wizard. Come, taken control of your goblin. Goblins, you are in great danger from Balthazar. I do not want you here. I want you to leave and go back into the forest. And then
All right.
say that and then go try to pick up this torch.
Okay. Make a bluff check. Or are you trying? Yeah, bluff.
Ugh.
Oh. Oh.
I still have a +6 to it. That's
Nice.
cool.
They're goblins, though. Gotta remember.
Yeah, hopefully.
If the stealth of 2.
So, uh, a lot of like probably about like a good portion of the goblins all near you that hear you, they are kind of like taken aback, and all of a sudden they look really terrified. Not, and you can kind of you hear a couple of them shout out, "Not magic! Kill the wizard!" And there's like 2 or 3 of them in the front are the ones that say that, but like 90% of them, they all start backing away, and kind of get away from you.
Oh wow.
And 3, on the kind of just a little north of you, you see a whole group of them kind of run off into the woods and disappear into the darkness.
I address them again. I say, goblins! Goblins, go to the cliff, and Balthazar will open a portal for you.
Okay. Are you holding the other torch, or you still just?
Oh.
So you're holding the torch. Several just kind of look skeptically at you. This group do you point towards the cliff, or do you just say the cliff?
I point to here.
Okay. The group that's kind of closest to the cliff, they kind of turn around and they actually back away from the cliff and towards you. But this group here, they start murmuring to each other like, "Oh, the great wizard will lead us." And this whole group starts to kind of come closer and take us, great Balthazar. And they all get really close to the cliff.
Alright, so guys, I am completely consumed. I don't know what anyone else is doing.
And so Ishinda, Benefisto, and Hepshard, Gutwad, and Gwynolith are all up at the hill. You didn't really leave any instructions for them.
Yeah, seeing all of them get close. Let's see. What's the little girl's name?
Gwynolith?
Yeah, doesn't she have a gun of some sort?
She's got a flamethrower, but she used it for you guys, and it only shot out maybe like 10, 15 feet.
I'm pretty sure I have a longbow. Maybe not.
So while this is happening, the tent it's starting to burn higher and higher, and it kind of burns back. And as they're doing that, 2 goblins on wargs ride out through the flames, and ride out in front of it. And one of them that's right next to you, or next to Balthazar, he like reaches with a spear, and he kind of smacks at him. "Don't listen to this idiot. He's just trying to be silly. Get back in line. We're waiting for the tribes of Falmar."
I have killed the tribes of Falmar. Balthazar has conquered the tribes of Falmar.
Does Mike, does Tribes of Falmar seem any familiar to my character at all?
Let
Ring a
me
bell? Something?
one sec.
Guys, do you want to explode the cliff anytime soon?
So
I
Mikhail,
hear that can shoot though.
you're you remember the tribe, and it sounds like the tribe that you guys ambushed on the way up. You remember that was kind of one of the words that they were saying when you were talking about it.
Okay, cool.
So, I was gone for a second. Did we already place those orbs there and we were going to have Dan Tyrion
No.
shoot them? Or are we throwing them?
Yeah, Gwen still has the orbs. You guys never actually did anything with them.
Alright, seeing these guys get so close, I want to throw them both. Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna approach the cliff because you walk back to the whole group to
Yeah,
use the orb.
I'm gonna grab both of the orbs from her and get close enough to throw them at the spot that Mikhail indicated.
Are you gonna sneak up, or just walk up?
I'm gonna sneak.
Okay, go ahead and give me a stealth
Let
check.
me do a stealth check real quick for how stealthy I am.
Higher than 2, higher than 2, higher than 2.
Yeah, for the love of Pete.
Oh, while you're doing that,
Hey! Natural 11, that gives you 10.
Hey, goblins.
um,
Goblins.
so Mikhail and Jack, I just modified your sight so you can see a little wider now. And Shinda, you're sneaking up to the cliff. Go ahead and move to where you're wanting.
Well, how far can I throw?
So thrown weapons, you can only throw at a maximum of 50 feet, which is a pretty good distance.
Yeah, I don't want to throw that far. I want to be as accurate as possible. And
Yeah,
I'm trying to throw about right here, right?
A range
10 feet.
Yeah, so range increments are 10 feet, and every 10 feet after that, you suffer a -4 to your attack roll.
So I can
Minus
do
2.
50 feet. I can do 50 feet and still be as accurate as I would be at 30 feet.
You suffer -2 to your attack roll to hit the spot you're trying to throw.
After
So-
50 feet.
Every 10 feet. So 10 feet, you're at full range, or you're at your normal range. Every 10 feet after that, you suffer -2 to your attack roll, and 50 feet is as far as you can throw it.
Okay, I got you now. So I'm going to do 20 feet. Because I want to throw about right here, correct?
Yes!
So you're
Boom!
So you're gonna throw onto the cliff?
Wherever the spot was that Mikhail had previously.
So there was kind of a crevice that he wanted to pack the explosives to make the avalanche. If you're gonna throw the bombs into the goblins, you can blow them up from there. The glass will probably shatter.
Yeah, but we want to stuff them in because we want to make an avalanche, right? So I'm gonna stuff them in the crevice. Then I
Okay.
don't want to throw them because I don't think that's gonna do anything. So I'm gonna sneak up and stuff them in the crevice.
Okay.
Stuff it in the
So Ashinda, once again, this time a little bit more accurately, he kind of holds his armor down as he's walking, and he gets over to the cliff, and you get pretty close to the cliff, and you can see over, and you can see all the goblins getting closer, backing away, and kind of milling about from the goblin that Jack's controlling. And you're able to stuff both orbs in. It doesn't look like anybody's really paying attention to you.
Okay, then I'm gonna back away.
Throw
Like,
rocks at it.
yep. I'm gonna back away about 20 feet, and I'm gonna pick up rocks and I'm gonna throw them at the orbs. I don't have a bow. I'd shoot him, but I
You
got no bow.
you had a bow, Andy. I don't know what
Oh,
you
I
did
do?
with it. You did, yeah.
Okay. Well, then I will shoot at that.
Go ahead and make a ranged attack.
Okay. I don't know. Let's see.
If you go to your sheet, there's just a ranged attack that you can use.
Ranged. Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
So where you put the orbs right here?
Yeah, whatever wherever the
Okay.
crevice was that Michael had
Okay, yeah,
previously
so-
taken.
So yeah, the crevice is right about there, and it kind of cuts through a lot of the rock that kind of disappears into the night.
Oh,
And
sorry, I thought it was. I'm gonna get blown up.
so that is 10 feet, right? You wanted to be 20 feet away?
I wanted to be 20 feet. So
Okay,
maybe back
go ahead and
here.
move 20 feet away. You're only 15.
Oh, these are 5-foot increments.
Yeah.
Boom.
Okay.
Just blow up the mountain.
So Andy, you through the night are able to take aim and you shoot an arrow into the crevice because you can't really see the orbs. You see this faint glow, and the arrow goes in, and you have this like pause in anticipation as the arrow sinks into the crevice and this fireball shoots out of the crevice. The mountain fractures and you feel the rumble beneath your feet. Make a reflex save.
Oh,
Balthazar angry!
God. All right.
Andy, make a reflex save.
Okay. I gotta do macros for my saves.
Boom, 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 boom. What's that sound? Rocks fall down.
All right, so Ishinda, as the ground cracks, not only does it crack out and the rock face start to fall away, but the whole mountain starts to like slide down, and you see the cracks and the rocks start to fall beneath your feet. You turn around and leap as hard as you can in the other direction. Make a jump check for me as well. While you're doing that, I needed this.
Jump
5,
Don't have a
15,
jump.
20.
in here.
Acrobatics, sorry.
Oh, good. Perfect. Another -1.
Yes.
10, 20,
Okay.
30,
Take that.
30, 40. All right, so Ishinda, you jump 15 feet back this way, and you just kind of make it to where the ground starts seeming a lot more stable. It doesn't seem like you're going to fall away with the cliff. So Tyrael, Mikhail, and Jack are watching through this little goblin's eyes as he's holding this torch, shouting for the gods and leading them into the future. As the mountain shudders and you see this fireball erupt from the mountain. Oh wait, that was 30. And not only does the rock fall away, but it actually collapses and destroys the gate. And it builds up towards the tower and comes out and just buries all of the goblins right about here. I mean, we're talking the whole mountain just shifts and buries down. Pieces of rubble start to fall and hit your feet. And holy crap,
It's
dude.
an important reflex save.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
That was, well, the only thing I could have done at that point was spend 2 hero points and not die. If I had gone down with that.
Okay, so both the wargs, they kind of like jump back and kind of run out of the rubble. Jack, go ahead and make a reflex save as well.
Oh god.
Fuck it, let him die. Can your guy jump into the avalanche?
Nice.
Yeah, who knows?
So a couple of rocks kind of fall right next to you, but you're able to dodge out of the way. Sorry, there's a lot of goblins.
You have made me angry! Balthazar is angry and wants me to run! Run! Run for the forest!
All right. So yes, this huge like wad of all these goblins get buried into the rubble, and I'm just going to show a couple of them. But pretty much all of these guys are buried in rocks and rubble, and they just disappear. The few on the outskirts, you can see they tried to dive, but they didn't really make it and got just blasted in the face by rocks and knocked unconscious, and then the mountain collapsed on top of them.
Yeah, but like, if we had fought them in groups of 4, we would have slaughtered them all.
Say what?
Oh no, I'm remarking that I feel bad that we mass murdered all these goblins. But if we had fought them individually, we wouldn't have thought twice about killing them.
So as the mountain collapses, the rest of these goblins, they're like, fuck this noise. And they literally say that Jack, Mikhail, and Tyrael all hear them, screw this, I'm not dying for a mountain of rubble. And they all just take off into the forest, and you don't even see them go anywhere. And they just disappear into the night.
Nice.
See if I can. There we go. Do that and that. However, the 2 goblins on the wargs, they both kind of run over to the goblin that you're controlling, Jack, and the goblin or the one of the wargs. He like bears down and starts growling menacingly and like, what the hell are you doing? Who are you? You're not a part of us. And he's gonna make an intimidate. Sorry, there's so many character sheets open right now, I can't even tell you. And Jack, through this goblin, you feel the absolute fear and terror of this. I mean, this warg is twice the size of you in your small stature, and you kind of start shaking, and you now have the you're now demoralized and are shaken, which means go ahead.
I'm gonna try and like remove the hands of the 3 guys that are touching the orbs. I figured mission completed at this point. Let's get down there.
Okay.
I'm gonna try.
Anyone first? So you pull my hand off, and all 3 of us kind of snap out of the orb. And Tyrael looks like wide-eyed over at Ishinda. Who the hell put the orbs there? That was amazing.
Sneaky.
It's because of the expertise of this orc.
Kyle actually rolled a 1, You destroyed the gate and almost the tower and killed the person trying to light the orb on fire. The only reason you guys made it through that was because Jack's amazing the performance of getting all the orcs over there. Holy crap! So, Tyrael, like, all right, well, now what do we do? Let's
get down there.
I am Balthazar. No, I'm not Balthazar.
So, you guys are trying to make your way back down, try and find a way around to the path?
I say yes.
All right, so you guys all head down to the path, and you're able to find the road again, and you guys all follow the road out, and we'll go ahead and say that you guys all move out here. As you guys come around the path, the two wargs and the warg riders you see are tearing apart the goblin that you guys had been controlling, and his little body is on the floor. As you guys are you guys sneaking or just kind of coming around the corner?
I'm just coming around the corner.
Okay, so as you guys do,
Looking for a fight anyway.
We'll go ahead and we're adding all the extra characters in here.
Ooh. Poor Godblood.
Jack, Tyrael. All right, so first up, Hepshard. He also he's like, I'm looking for a fight. He immediately goes into a rage and runs full force for the couple of wargs, just bloodlust in his eyes. And they've got what? He's got 40 foot, right? Yeah. So he runs up to the first warg, and seeing the wargs tear and blood all over their maws, he swings his axe at the first one. Holy crap, and gets a crit.
He's coming.
Jeez.
Poor bastard.
Captain. Right. And actually, just as he like swings the axe, he like swings a couple of times, and the goblin, he rears back on the warg, and the warg is like able to dodge his crazy ass blows, and the goblin just shouts some weird guttural right at Hepshard, and the warg's undamaged. Mashinda.
Also, bloodlust in my eyes. I'm gonna attack this guy.
You gonna attack the warg on the right?
Yes.
You want the warg or the rider?
The warg.
Okay. So once again, you just like take your sword and cleave right through and catch the warg kind of in the jaw.
All right. So I hit.
You do.
Okay, I have cleave.
You don't kill it.
Well, in Pathfinder, it's not if I kill it.
Oh, really?
If you read, if I hit, then I get to attack one other adjacent enemy that I
Okay.
suffer a -2 to my AC for the next round, or for
Okay.
the rest of this round, sorry.
Okay.
So I'm going to attack the rider of the same ward.
Okay. Holy! So you slice through the jaw of the warg, and in a return motion, you come up and you catch the goblin and you kill it. And something that you missed in last time, if you kill something, you get to describe it if you want. If you want to kill it in a specific way, you can describe it, or you can pass and say, "Oh, I want to hit him in the head," and I can add some flair. But it's up to you. So you kill it.
Okay. We'll just stick with kill for now.
Okay, so you slice up through and you cut through him, and the sword kind of sticks in his ribs. But your sword traveling so fast and with your strength, you pick up and throw the goblin off of the back of the warg through the air, and he flies over the tent and disappears into the night.
I like that better than what I was thinking anyway. Nice.
Mikhail,
What's left alive?
the two wargs and the warg rider on the left.
Okay, I'm going to shoot at the warg rider on the left.
Okay.
Despite Hepshard being in melee with it.
Do you have point or
No, I have point blank shot, but not the one that lets me hit things more accurately and melee.
Precise shot.
Yeah,
okay?
and I'm not within point blank shot range, so it's just the normal. This, plus hopefully Hepshard doesn't get hit.
Um, So you attack the goblin?
Yeah, the rider. Yeah.
So your arrow actually whizzes past Hepshard and Nishinda, but the goblin kind of just ducks and is able to avoid the arrow. Benefisto. If James is online, he can...
No, the call dropped and he said not to call him back.
Okay. So Benefisto, he takes out his sling, and he's going to try and... I'm not sure. He's going to try and hit the goblin on the left as well. Let's hope his weapons work. Not that one. So he rears back with his sling, and he hucks a rock, and it whizzes and tags Hepshard in the back of the head. Digs in into his head, and you can see he's like visibly shaken and kind of woozy.
Wait, what do you have as a sling?
Yeah. Yeah, he rolled a 1. I've got a bunch of secret rolls, and I keep accidentally rolling the secret rolls for our party. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Gwen, she kind of out of her element, not really knowing what.
Cast fireball.
Yeah.
She kind of picks up this weird reaching claw, and she like starts slapping weird pieces together, and there's some gears and some like accordion looking things, and she sets it all down on the ground, this little tripod, kind of takes aim and then pushes some buttons, and this it looks like a punching bag boxing glove. It springs out and punches the goblin that's on top of the warg, and actually knocks him off of the warg onto the ground.
Wait, from back here?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So this is the goblin back here.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Tyrael, he's also gonna take a little step forward past Jack and shoot at the warg in front of Ishinda.
Don't shoot me.
I actually have my own combat things, so I don't get penalties in combat, or in close combat for you guys. So, so he takes aim, and he like just hones in, and Ishinda, you just made this goblin soar off into the night, and as you're bringing back your sword to kind of guard yourself, this arrow goes and sticks right into the warg's eye socket, and the thing just crumples to the ground and dies.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That's badass.
Jack.
Legolas. Wait, so who's still alive?
This warg and the rider that got knocked off.
I'm gonna, so I have out Ripley, and I'm going to take aim at the warg. I did get precise shot as this, as the level 3 feat.
Okay.
Pull it up. Whoa.
Oh.
Pew, 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 pew.
So in the dark, this eruption of like just echoing sound in the canyon, and this spurt of flame shoots out your barrel, and Ishinda, the just crazy ass sound whizzes right past your head, kind of startling the shit out of you because you've never heard this before.
Dr. Gundam!
And the bullet, nothing happens. It just bullet whizzes right over the warg's head.
Sorry.
And this warg, pissed off that its friend just died, and watching Ishinda hack off a rider, rears and bites at Ishinda.
But as a senior,
Bathroom, be right back. Keep going.
So yeah, it bites at you, Ishinda, and goes to kind of like go to bite your leg. It looks like, and it snaps at you, but you're able to pick your leg up as it kind of chomps at your leg, and
did you
it
add the -2 to my AC?
no.
Yes.
Same thing happens.
Okay.
So Gutwad now. What is he? He pulls out a sling as well, and he does this like right about there, and he starts rearing back with the sling, and he makes an attack at the warg.
Oh.
And so he gets his little sling going, and he hucks a rock, and another rock comes sailing past Ishinda, not as forceful as the bullet that just went sailing by, but it also misses its mark, and the warg goes unscathed. It looks like it kind of just grazes the skin, but it's like tough hide just kind of bounces off.
No, got one.
At the same time, this goblin, he gets up, and he pulls out a short bow, no longer on the warg, and he looks once at the dead warg, twice at the like kind of heavily bleeding other warg, looks over at what you assume is the like half eviscerated friend of his, drops the bow and bolts off into the night. And then Hepshard, still just in pure focus and bloodlust, rears back again, kind of pissed off that his first attack missed, and he takes his axe again, and he rears down and he catches the warg in the hide, but again it's tough, like thick fur. It just kind of grazes off its hide and sticks into the ground. Ashinda,
Attack that last warg.
hit it.
Nice.
All right, you kill it. You want to describe?
So instead of slashing this time, I go in straight as it comes in for another attack with its mouth, and I catch it right between the teeth and go straight down the throat and slash out, cutting from the midsection out.
So Ashinda, as the warg kind of goes back to leap at him again, he sticks his sword right into its gullet. The blade sticks out the back of its skull. You see its eyes kind of go dull. You tear it out, and its kind of jaw disconnects, and you just watch the thing slump to the ground as his head kind of just plops open. And as you do that, you hear from up in the tower a couple of little voices.
Holy shit!
Jesus, that was amazing! Holy crap, who the are you guys?
As you're doing that, these two little gnomes, they come out and kind of clamber over the rubble and the mountain that you just collapsed in front of their village gates, like just in awe, having been sieged for who knows how long. They're just taken aback by the carnage that you've wrought before them. And one of them, he's just looking around and confused, and he kind of walks. He's kind of like timid, and he walks over to Hepshard and Ashinda. Who are you?
We are here to discover about this symbol. I show the symbol to them.
I have never seen that symbol in my life, nor have I seen a mountain fall onto goblins. I hate goblins. That was the most spectacular thing I have ever seen.
This woman
What's
is
your
really-
name?
She has
This woman?
Is it? Don't we have her with us?
No, she's back at the cart.
Was it not there? Who can describe it to this man? What is happening?
Can we hear?
Yeah, you can all hear. You all see these little goblins come out because they're even though the gate has collapsed and the fire has gone out, where the gate was, the tent's still on fire and one of the torches is still on. So you see the two goblins kind of come into view.
No, gnomes?
Gnomes.
I hope they're gnomes, otherwise I'm cutting bitches.
Lumberjacks.
Are you here to help or hurt us?
Hey,
Ah.
gnome. Hey, little gnome man. Hey, we are your friends. We are traveling with, Gwynolith and... What's that guy's name? I turn to Kale. Hey, what's the little gnome's name?
I believe it is a gathering.
Yeah, Gwynolith. She kind of bobbles over with her hair, kind of wobbling in the.
The like... Yeah, my dad's name is Gadry.
Gadry, that's the one. Hey,
We used to live here. I was here when I was really young, but I've never been back since I can remember.
oh, interesting. I didn't realize you were... I thought you were, coming home. It doesn't matter. Anyway, Gadry's coming with the wagon and someone who's real sick.
My character walks up and bangs his shield and says, Feast of victory time! We will tell you our tales. We are heroes, great heroes. And we will have a great feast of victory and sing our song.
So the gnomes. Did I leave? Okay, yeah. The gnomes. They're all just awe-inspired, and they kind of look at the gate like, shit. There's nothing really we can do about a open gaping hole in the entrance to the village. But
That's how we do it in the song.
they they're very thankful, and they say, we'll lead you up to the village. We have a healer that can heal whoever needs rest or any wounds that you may have sustained. Many of the people they're all hiding because we've been under siege the last 2 days. We're not entirely sure why the goblins have just kind of waited, but they've been encamping here.
Now, do we see giants in James's vision? Maybe now is not the time. After the Feast of Victory. There may have been giants in James's vision. I'm trying. I ate some berries, and my memory's hazy. So.
What was in his vision again?
There's definitely goblins, but I'm trying to remember whether or not there were giants attacking the gnome village in his vision.
That was so. The third part of the vision were 3 giants that ran out of a tree line, and they were attacking Castigan.
Good. Okay.
2 of the giants got killed, but the third one, the vision cut out right as the giant was about to crush the wall with a big old tree club. So the goblin or the gnomes, they all agree. We'll take you up to the village. Is there more to your party? Do you guys want to go get the rest of the caravan?
We send Gutwad back to get him.
I didn't see where the caravan. I guess he found the caravan.
We'll send a couple of us back. Let's split up, but just to make sure.
I'll go with Gutwad.
Good job, Gutwad.
So they all head back. They get the rest of the party, and the little gnomes, they lead you up to up this canyon, and you guys kind of pass a little cliff, and this little tiny village comes into view. And they bring you in, and there's kind of a big, kind of looks like a church or maybe like a gathering hall. And all the other houses in the village, they're pretty dim. It doesn't look like there's any lights on, but the one hall is pretty well lit, and it looks like most of the people in the town are in there. As you guys come in, the couple of gnomes, they walk over to. They walk inside, open up the doors, and you can tell everyone's like visibly shaken and kind of afraid. But seeing their friends, this kind of like sigh of relief kind of comes on the crowd, but they're still kind of tense, not sure, because they see this extra party behind you guys. As they come in, the couple of gnomes, they raise their hand.
Rejoice! We've been saved! This party! They destroyed and killed and drove away all of the goblins!
At that, the whole, you can tell just this sigh of relief, and like just this tension that you can tell has been building just dissipates completely, and people just start shouting and cheering. As they do, this kind of stately looking, small, kind of portly gnome. He's wearing kind of regal attire, but it's kind of old and tattered. There's some patches. It's a little stained. And he kind of walks forward with this gut, and he kind of waves his hand to everybody, and everybody quiets down, and he opens up his arms to you guys, and
Thank you so much for all of your help. I don't know what I could do to repay you. I probably could have driven off the gnomes, but I needed to protect all the people in my village. Anything you need, you have for the night. Sith, go get some rooms ready. Puppetry, go get some food and
A couple of the little gnomes, they run off into a couple of different directions, all excited, and a couple of other gnomes go with them. And you could tell everybody's all excited, like, oh, yeah, well, yeah. And several of them, they all start kind of coming around to you guys and kind of grasping at you like, oh, adventurers and like warriors. And a couple ask, you know, your guys' names and where you're from and why you're there.
My character is gonna break out into a song that tells the story of our guys breaking down the gate in
You mean the cliff?
defending the gate.
Right. Not breaking.
Yeah.
In no way defending it by wrecking it.
And then Samurai Dude, by himself with nobody else's help, breaks down gate.
No, the cliff the gate spontaneously broke.
So Mikhail starts this epic tale of song and regales the whole crowd. This hush comes, and like the little kids, they're all sitting on the ground cross-legged, like all just enraptured in Mikhail's song. Several of the adults and like old gnomes are like just awestruck by the tale of the saving of Glasser. As your song comes to an end, this like a couple of like tears get wiped away from a couple of gnomes, and the stately gnome he walks up again, and he also wipes away a tear, and he like chokes. That was
the most beautiful, amazing tale. I don't know how we can ever repay you. And he takes this gold. Take this gold.
And he plops this bag of gold with 100 gold coins in it, and hands that to you, Mikhail. As he does, some of the gnomes come back, and they've got food, and everybody starts eating and having just a celebration of life and being saved. Gadri and Gwen, they start talking to gnomes that you could tell they know, and this elder comes back up to you.
I'm Elder Tadric. We're not a very rich town. We're more of a village, and we're not known for much. The best we have is a simpleton that he's just amazing with animals. If any, his name's not Hodor. His name is Glop. He's a gentle soul. If you have any animals, if you ever need any training, he will train your animals for you, and it won't take any time at all. I don't know how he does it, but he's able to just make these animals do whatever you want. As well, we have one warhorse that we've been training for a lord that we give to you guys, and it's the only warhorse we have as noble of adventures that you could use. We also have a small kind of a pack horse that we can give to you that can help you, but that is all the aid that we can really provide you. If there's anything else you need, we have a healer and a small blacksmith. If there's anything else you need, you have food and lodging as long as you're here.
A healer would be nice.
We should.
This Glop, has he worked with sheep before? Hey, it's been a lonely month. You're laughing.
We do have some sheep, as well as cows. I don't know what you'd want with some sheep and cows for as noble adventurers as you are.
We
But,
have to do this too.
I'll be right back.
So everyone, uh, you all have, you all get healed, back up to full hit points.
Yeah.
For that epic battle, you guys just drove off 60 goblins as well as the 40 goblins from before. You also all level up again. So
Yay.
if you want to level up now, we can, while we're kind of talking through the village stuff. That's one
Just a-
addition. Go ahead.
Just a heads up. 6:30 is my max tonight.
Okay.
Just so you guys know.
Okay.
So everyone gets an additional ability point, as well as all.
Oh.
Yeah, Matt, we all leveled up for killing off and driving off 60 goblins. So we're all level 4.
Yeah, and these adventures are unreal. If you
Yeah,
can
these
do
are yeah,
Holy
just a real good job.
So, as you guys all settle down, there's there's a small inn. It's not really, it's a couple of rooms. You guys kind of wind up sharing a couple of rooms, but you all have nice beds, and there's a dying fire that you guys kind of all leave and go to kind of rest and heal from your wounds and adventure. Gutwad, he seems to be kind of ignored by the majority of the gnomes. He kind of like fades into the distance or the background, but he winds up following you guys, and he's with you all at the inn. At the inn, Tyrael, just I am amazed at today. What our small band has done is more than I can fathom of what we would have ever accomplished. We still have quite the quest ahead of us, but I offer up the frog for one of you to lick and hopefully gain some of your past, or Jack maybe reveal some of your future. I'm not entirely sure how the frog works, but if Jack and Ashinda want to draw straws to see who gets to lick the frog.
Kinda. Well, you want rock, paper, scissors?
All right.
You can either roll or you can play rock, paper, scissors. Either way.
Oh my god. Rock, paper, scissors. Do this.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors.
Shoot. Is that
Okay.
a joke? Is that
So-
a gun? No, I won't shoot you, don't worry. It's a game. It's a game here.
Oh man. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
2 scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Jack.
It's time to do the LSD.
All right. Jack, go ahead and roll 3d6.
Oh, interesting.
All right. So I assume everyone's gonna touch Jack while he's gonna go on the vision. Just put your hand on his shoulder, or orifice, whatever, suit yourself. So as you guys all gather around, you kind of start to get a little, prepare yourself for this vision quest or whatever he goes on, and all right. So Jack picks up this toad again, and he takes a good little lick, and his eyes kind of roll back in his head, and you guys, your vision starts to fade, and it shakes, and the the light tears away, and you're in darkness, strangely, and as you're in this darkness, these flashes of light start appearing in the darkness, and with each flash, it gets brighter, and you start seeing trees and rubble and rocks, and each flash is accompanied by this sound of like powerful lightning as it cracks and thunders with each flash. And as you're watching this, you see this woman run past, and she's holding another contraption fairly similar to Jack. And as she's firing this thing, these bursts of flame are shooting out, and it kind of changes, and the same woman is sitting in front of books studying, and then it tears away again, and you see these figures in black robes with this gold trim, and their faces all hidden by their cowls, and finally what appears to be this like ultimate test. The woman is seen using another weapon similar but kind of longer and this wide muzzle. And she's firing this thing in this battle, and you can tell there are other people there, and she's trying to fight for her life. And as she's taken cover behind this broken statue that looks like these two bodies entwined around each other. And just as this shot rings out and this bullet catches someone, the vision tears away again, and then it disappears. Next year, you feel, and you go into this strange body, and it's hulking, and its mass is just powerful. It's this big furry creature, about like just kind of huge, towering, and you see these 4 other just murderous looking beasts, and one lumbers towards you, and he lumbers past, and he starts walking towards this outcropping of vines and these flowers on it, and as he gets close, he just collapses and flops to the ground, and this guttural laugh erupts from your lungs. And you shuffle over and mutter, "Weakling," and you take this morning star and smash it onto its skull, and it's just this sickening thunk as its skull cracks open. And you walk over, and the other 3 beasts just let out more guttural laughter at this sickening scene. You go over and you pick up these weird, strange flowers and smash it on top of your head, and you turn around and you look at the others, and you say, "Let's go find something to kill." And it tears away again. And last, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You actually see the harbor of Castigan once again that you had left that first day on your adventure. And each dock is just masses of people, and they're all clambering and piling stuff off of the ships, and they're all gathering supplies and what look like weapons and all this other stuff. And off of this one great galley, there's the plank drops, and this huge platform with this shroud over some object starts rolling down, and this huge contingent of guards pushes the crowd away from this object, and they're shouting, and people are pushing, and the crowd kind of gets a little nervous, and you can feel this tension and energy in the air as people are backing away, and people are whispering and pointing worriedly towards this object. Just as the object kind of rolls onto the docks, the vision just tears away again, and you guys are all back in the inn.
Whoa, crazy.
And Jack, go ahead and make a perception check.
Let's just put that in the intro. No.
All right. Um, haha. So as you're kind of absorbing this vision you just had, the woman that you recognized is a woman that you know to be very dear to you. And if you feel like sharing anything of that past, you can. Um, since your companions are kind of looking a little confused at some of the scenes that they've seen. But one of the things that you do kind of recognize that every one of there was several guns that you had seen that while you didn't recognize their necessary construction, several of them had what appeared to be small spy glasses mounted to the top. And your experience with your rifle, you kind of click that it would be really beneficial to be able to maybe see a little further or maybe more accurately pinpoint your shots if you can find a spyglass small enough to mount to your Ripley.
Awesome. How much do I remember of the backstory?
So your character doesn't have amnesia, so you have all of your past because you've met everybody on the road. But this is a bunch of vision that you saw that you've never known before. You saw this woman. You've known this woman. This
Yeah.
woman is from your backstory,
Yes.
but you never saw her in this environment. This was before she met you.
These weren't flashbacks from when I met her.
No, these are flashbacks from before she ever knew you.
Got it. Got it.
She looked to be younger than what you ever knew her to be.
Got it. My character shouts out, Scarlet! It's Scarlet. God, where's Scarlet? Scarlet's, and I explain that the bit of backstory about I had been tracking this cult to go find a firearm. My old mentor had always wanted to see one before he died. He's like this, they're rumored to have still persisted through the ages from a former era. And when I got there, ended up helping this woman escape from what was a huge battle between some unknown cult and the cult that was that kind of like guards the firearms, the knowledge of the firearms, and we had so we successfully made it out, and then just like fell madly in love and studied these weapons for a while and had like I don't know, 3 months of kind of living on the run and living on the road together. And then one day I went back to the inn and she was gone, no trace, and just a small little scrap of, I think it was like gray, the small sign of the struggle, and a little gray piece of cloth. And I've been looking for her ever since.
So as you're saying all this, Tyrael, he's kind of sitting there and he's playing with this ring on his hand, and he kind of clears his throat and if this woman is that dear to you, I may have recognized something for you. And he takes off this ring and he passes it over to you, Jack. And as you pick it up, you look at the ring and it's these two people entwined in what this loving embrace, and it looks pretty similar to part of the statue that the woman had been cowering behind, and Tyrael he takes back the ring and he puts it on, and you could tell he's like he treasures this ring, and that statue is at the entrance to Eladris. Eladris was a great elven city that was destroyed when I was but a child. Uh, when I left there, there was a dragon attacking, and the city's been in ruins ever since. I've heard strange rumors of lightning and magic in the city, and most steer clear of it, thinking it's remnants of the dragon or evil magic. If that scene was more recent than the dragon, which was 100 years ago, I would say that she was there at some point.
Where is this place? How old was she in that scene? Was she much younger?
She was younger, probably not teens, but early 20s. Um, Tyrael, he pulls out his map and lays it out on the table, and uh, he says, if you look further to the south, the ruins of Eladris are down along the coast to the south west of Sindara, just past the mountain range. From here, it's a long 4-day journey through part of the living forest. Our best and easiest approach would be from the sea. There's a dangerous trek over the mountains, or you have to go further south across the hills and find a way across the river there. If we can find a ship, maybe we can get down there a little easier. But from from where we are now, it would take us 10 days to get there and back.
I have been looking for her for 3 years. 3 solid years.
Then you must find her.
I must. Thank you, Ochanda. Hard for me to say with my accent.
We go then.
Well, wait.
So, sorry, go ahead, continue what you guys.
I was gonna say, while we're in town, I mean, that's fine and all. I guess there's the trident we might consider, but we found those couple horses. We could try to get them trained so that they're in some respects, so that we can actually ride them, and maybe they spook less easily.
So the war trained mount, because Andy's class has a war trained mount that was for Andy. We do have 2 riding horses that Benefisto was able to track down, but that does leave 3 other members of the party on by foot. There is the pack horse, but it's not exactly a fast, noble steed by any stretch of the imagination.
So Dan, you're talking about trying to get to here and get a ship of some sort?
Here.
Yeah, so the ruins are down there. There, from what everyone knows, there is no. The closest city is Castigan, and there might be small villages tucked into some of these areas, but nobody is aware of. So the closest place that you guys could get a ship would be Castigan, which is under siege, and I mean, in the vision, it might be overrun. But if you did find a go ahead.
We could get a ship of some sort here. We can take the river down to here, and it'd be a much shorter journey to the ruins.
I think there's mountains here. I thought.
Yeah.
So the mountains are there. Further south, it does get into some lower hills, You're not gonna have to trek over possibly a snow-topped mountain.
Mm.
But Tyrael was pretty adamant that those hills are very dangerous.
Mm.
What so taking a step back, where are we in our quest?
So you guys left Castigan. It is two, one, two. You are 3 days, the end of the third day since you left Castigan. Um, it's going to take you another day to get back down to the main road, and
Out here.
yeah, back down to about where the farm was, right around there. And Tyrael knows that there's a way into the forest somehow, but he's not aware of anything. He knows that there's a druid in the living forest that um, the demigod Nubius had told him that he's your best bet to find the first piece of the trident, but he's not sure where the druid lives, or how to get into the forest, or if there's a road into it.
Hmm.
But we can't go back to Castigan. It's under siege. And that, I mean, going to the Living Forest would actually be closer to the ruins anyway.
Yeah, but it'd be kind of dangerous, and there would, Matt, like your love interest. There's a statue over there. Is that?
No, she was. You saw her fighting
Oh,
at the base of the statue when she was younger.
oh, I see.
Since then, she has disappeared from when Matt met her.
So we're just looking for clues at this point.
Yeah, it's the closest thing I would have to a clue.
Maybe the druid could help get us to the ruins. If we looked at the living forest first, and then did the ruins.
What
Uh,
what was Tyrael's suggested route? Just curious, was to go. Whoa. There.
um,
Seems a little out of the way.
Say that way.
Tyrael, unsure of any major cities, believes that the best bet to get down there would be to find a ship to hire from Castigan
Oh.
to sail down the coast. As far as like he doesn't know of, he spent most of his life around the base of he kind of you could tell he's a little apprehensive on telling you too much, but he says that he did live on the opposite side of putting dots in weird places. He did say that he's lived on the opposite side of the mountains for much of his life, and the best way really to get to Eladris is by ocean. If we can get to the coast and somehow find a boat, that might be good, but we could wind up walking the whole coast and not finding anything.
What if we swim?
Yeah, just walk to here.
There's a song about it building a boat. I'm sure.
Swim.
Yeah.
There we go.
If Michael sang while we swam, we could increase our swim checks.
So to let you know, that is probably about 6 or 7 miles to swim across the coast there. Maybe 5.
Yeah, but I got like a +3 in swim, so. Well, I say we go to the Living Forest. That's at least going to get us closer to there anyway.
And if there's a druid in the area, he might know a better way to these ruins of yours.
I'll buy that argument. I'll go with you. My fate seems to be yoked to yours for now, so
Might
I sort
ask.
of missed this whole thing about the trident and some three-pronged god. I don't know, but you guys
If-
have fun to travel with.
Tyrael, he kind of pauses and Jack, if I know that your main reason for being here is for the favor of the king, if we're able to bring the trident to the city, I can almost guarantee the king would lend us at least a small keel boat, maybe to get down to the coast. But in the midst of the war, I don't know when that might be. We would need to end the war somehow first. Um, if we can find another city, th- that might be another option. But I am not aware of any cities. I've never lived in many cities.
Well, it's as good an argument as any. We get this trident, we end this war. We can move on.
Huzzah.
I agree with trying to live in the forest.
Do not worry. You will find your Scarlet. Hopefully she will bring honor to your name.
Hey, what you saying? You don't say nothing bad about her. I will kill you.
No, nothing about it. She is clearly the only thing good in your life. To the forest.
If you were saying that about anything other than Scarlet, I might disagree.
Um, maybe we should ask. I don't know where we're going from here. I was hoping to just lead us to the living forest, but I have kept a wide breadth from that place. The trees are alive and can kill
Yeah.
creatures with just a tree branch. We need to find a safe way through that forest. And if we walk around the entire thing, will take us a week or more as the roads become less well traveled.
Hmm.
You don't say.
Old head gnome dude might know things.
Old head gnome. So you guys want to ask somebody?
Yeah?
I'm guessing the chief, Elder Tadric.
Yeah. Old, yes, what I say.
So somebody gonna go off and try and find him? Bring him here? Just gonna go ask him? Because everybody's pretty much like partying. You guys, you can kind of hear him. You're in the back of the inn. Everybody's still just reveling in the fact that they all thought they were gonna die from a horde of goblins.
Oh, where'd that go?
Probably shouldn't be the goblin or the troll. What are you, Michael?
Orc?
Orc. So close. I'll go definitely not to the rude man from the west. I'll go find him. Ask him.
Trust me very much.
All right, so Shinda, you go to the tavern or the gathering hall where everybody's like partying. A handful of people see you and they all converge on you. They're stuffing cake in your face. They're trying to give you little presents, and most of them are like little carved things and little things that villagers and farmers would find precious, but to you are
Irritating.
less irritating and just less not very useful. And you wade through the crowd and you find Elder Tadric.
What can I do for you?
Oh, we need to find a way to the living forest. It is part of our quest, and it's very important that we get there as soon as possible and as safely as we can.
The living forest. That's a dangerous place. As gnomes, we try and stay clear of there. I have heard of some people being able to make it through the living forest. I know that there's a road that passes through the living forest, but it's just over the river. You'd have to go down the main road and pass the river.
Could you draw us a map?
I could probably. Do you have? I can mark. Do you have a map? I could probably mark one for you.
We do.
So he follows you back to the little inn, and he takes Tyrrell's map and he kind of looks at it for a second. Oh,
I'm talking in the gnome. Sorry. He looks at it for a second and he kind of ponders and he kind of takes his finger and he's like,
If you follow it past the main road and you come this way, I know that the main road passes over this river here and goes south. I'm pretty sure I've heard of a road that it goes southwest deep into the living forest, probably right around here. Beyond that, that's the best I can do. I'd be really careful going in there. People die without ever even getting past the tree line.
Tyrael kind of looks at the map and he nods and he'll mark a little spot for later for a little. Oop. He marks that kind of down on the map.
Alright, I think that's probably a good stopping point for me. So I am gonna sign off for tonight. We're getting dinner ready and stuff, so we still planning on doing next weekend?
Yes, indeedy.
Okay.
This was the bonus session.
Yeah, it'll probably be a little bit shorter for me next week since I spent 3 hours today on this. It's just a little bit harder because I don't see any of these guys at all during the week because I'm working.
Totally understand.
And they're working while I'm at the house. So
Yeah.
if I am able to do next week, it'll be a shorter session. I don't know if I'll come like in the middle. That way I can go to the end, or maybe I'll do the beginning and then just have to cut out in the middle.
No worries.
Either way, this was a blast. You guys enjoy the rest of the sesh, and we'll talk to you next week.
Alrighty. Night, Alice.
Take care.
Good night. Love you guys.
Love you too.
Take care.
All right, bye.
All right. Well, we're waiting for Matt. So I'm going to send out an email later. But so you guys, I'll wait for Matt. But you guys had gone through, I'm assuming you guys are going to kind of search all the goblin dead bodies out front.
Yeah.
So there's quite a bit of gear. And let me see here. The Elder Tadric also offers that he's got some identify spells that he can do to help identify anything that you guys have, and he'll go through and identify all this stuff for you guys. You guys did pick up a Wand of Identify for later that has 40 charges. And depending on, I've got, as an elf, Tyrael gets a +2 to identify objects,
Nice.
as well as he's also got some spellcraft.
Okay, cool.
So I don't know if, because I'm assuming that pretty much you, Benefisto, and I are the only ones that have spellcraft at
Yeah.
this point.
Yeah, I don't have very many points in it because I take more. My character's more of a knowledge character than that.
Yeah. My base is 7. And we leveled up, so if you want to level up your character, go for it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll play with that. Should I write these items down, or were you going to send those out to the party?
I'll send them out to the party. I do want to. We need to come up with a party inventory because
Yeah.
there's a big pot of this crap that is going to be packed on the pack horse because I'm assuming that you guys aren't going to be carrying around like
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
400 pounds of random gear that you're going to sell off later. Um, so they're. I'll wait till Matt puts his headphones on.
Oh no, I had
Oh.
the speakers. I heard all of that. It goes throughout the house. I just had to put
Oh.
them in one.
Oh, sweet. So there is a small blacksmith in town, as well as kind of like a person that'll trade with you. The most they will buy anything from you is for 200 gold pieces. It is a small town, so they're not really very wealthy. But they do have, you did kind of find out that they've got a couple of scrolls that you could buy, and some what's called dust of tracelessness. It's a little bag of dust that you can sprinkle behind you, and it eradicates your tracks behind you. And that's 250 gold. There's also another wand of identify that you could buy. That's 750 gold. But they really have just basic stuff, a lot of farm equipment and things. So if you guys want to level up, I'll keep talking. And
I
Uh,
was gonna ask, I found these orc bowlines for my bow. Do they have a craftsman who might be able to use those, or is it too small of a town?
so let me pull up my notes just to make sure. So you pulled out the bones of some of the orcs, I'm guessing.
I think so. I think I found. Yeah, I found yeah.
Okay, yeah, from the orcs that we just fought. So, asking around.
Sorry. I probably put that wrong. They were. It's a. I found earlier. I found some crafting components for my bow, my short bow, that I couldn't. Incorporate Until, yeah.
So yeah, the orcish lambs that you can attach to the bow.
Yeah.
The blacksmith, he's like, that's pretty easy. Those, I mean, they look like they're just interchangeable, and he's able to work with it and attach them to your bow, and you get, I don't remember, was it a +1 or +2?
Well, I found two. I think so.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so it should be +2 to your it should be a composite blow +2.
Yay! Awesome.
Nice.
And that looks like everything. I'll talk to James when he gets back. So the woman, they do heal the woman, and she wakes back up, and she's been awake, but she's been coughing and hacking, and they heal her, and she's able to integrate into their little group, and everyone's so thankful to you and finding out this story of you guys not only saving them but saving this woman from a burning fire. They throw their arms wide open to this woman, and she winds up going and living with one of the gnomes in one of their houses for now. And she takes the cart with the wagon that you guys brought with her. And I don't know if you guys want to do anything with the horses that were from her stables or not, or you guys gonna not, because she doesn't really know that you guys have those horses.
Oh.
Oh, that's right. They were hers, huh?
The druid found horses. Pretty important to him. Maybe we should wait for James to make the final word on the horses.
Yeah, it's probably a good call.
All right, we can.
And he should actually be home relatively soon.
Okay.
See.
We'll put an earmark and remind me if I don't remember.
Yeah.
For now, Kyle, you find in the pile of goblin loot that was inside the tent a masterwork chain shirt +1.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Jack,
Hey.
Jack, you find a masterwork buckler +1.
Wait, is that me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As does Tyrael, I believe. Let me check. Tyrael finds something. I don't remember what he found.
Gutwad's getting more armored now. All right.
Yeah, well, he is a kind of a small creature. Your armor won't fit him. But there is some goblin stuff around. You can give it to him if you guys want.
Oh my god.
If you guys want to try and outfit him with
Yes, we will craft
little-
Gutwad.
so you guys are able to slap some stuff together and give it to the blacksmith, and he kind of looks it over, and he's able to craft some things and kind of tailor it to Gutwad, and he's able to kind of tailor something specific for him, and he gets something a little masterwork for him. And let me do this for Dario. Ooh, yeah. So masterwork reduces the armor penalty by 1, and if and then the +1 is obviously to +1. And then you guys can sell and trade and do whatever else later. That's not a big deal.
Yeah, that's an easy thing to take care of or the email.
Yeah. Any items, they kind of refresh your guys' packs with some more trail rations for the next probably about week. So you guys got another 8 days worth of trail rations, so you guys don't have to worry about food for a little while. Everyone should have 2 torches, some rope. They do have quite a bit of like common stuff, so if you want anything else, go ahead and add that. But you can do that later, and I'll hand out the rest of the gear. I want to just get you guys the important stuff. Everyone is back up to full health, and Hepshard, he's been pretty absent from your guys' party. He seems to be reveling in the party and the celebration, and when Ashinda had gone and talked to Elder Tadric, he wasn't even in there. He probably disappeared with some woman. So
Classic Hepshard.
the next day, Hepshard, he kind of comes up to you guys and he's like, this village, we kind of destroyed their gate and they're left a little defenseless for now. I'm gonna just hang back a few days and help these poor gnomes out. There's lots of women that need protecting, and I can pull that gate up easy. They're pretty impressed with these guns here, so I'm just gonna hang back. But as far as the 5 of us, as well as Gutwad, who's at this point inseparable. You guys go to the bathroom and he's almost like on your heels.
Hey, Gutwad, you wipe?
No, he goes to like block view with the little round shield that he's got, or stand guard, make sure that you guys are all protected.
We need to go on a quest to get a warg and have Glop train it for Gutwad.
Oh my god. That is the best quest ever.
So you can tell that with your adventures with Gutwad, he seems a little quicker. He seems a little sharper, and he's getting a little. He seems kind of sneaky. You notice that you don't really hear him a lot, but he's there. You'll turn around and like, there's Gutwad. Not in a creepy sense, just like, oh, there's Gutwad. And because he's so small and unnoticeable, it's interesting. But he's always really helpful. He's like, I'm gonna go get you guys food, and he takes off, and he's got cake the next time you see him, or he's got a big ham hock on a big old platter that you guys can all share. You could tell he's really taken a shining to you guys, and he just wants to help out any way he can. You guys get ready. How many days do you guys want to stay here? A couple of days. You guys do have the 2 horses. All right, 3 horse, but Shinda has the war-trained horse. You guys have the 2 riding horses and the pack horse.
Any thoughts?
We should probably take a horse or 2 horses. Wait, is it just you and I, or are we all headed out? I mean,
Well, it'll be everyone but Hepshard at this point.
we should
so-
bring them horses. Kyle, can you ride?
Yes.
All right. How do we bring along Gutwad? Does he ride just up on the saddle?
I can sit in your lap.
That you could, Gutwad.
Gutwad is pretty minuscule in stature. The horse wouldn't even notice it. I mean, Tyrael and Gutwad together don't even equal Kyle as far as size. So.
You fatty.
Food's so good.
We like food. All right, I think we head out of Glasser. We say our goodbyes. Tell Hepshard he better use protection. I mean, help them rebuild that gate.
He's gonna help them repopulate the town.
What race is he again?
He is a he's human.
Oh,
He's
okay.
human. So if you guys are all setting out, Benefisto, if he comes back, we can let him do whatever he wants in the city.
What is
So
this
you-
thing?
That's a marker on the map. Tyrael says deep within the Dragonspine Mountains, there's dragons. There may be a nest. There may be one. Nobody has ever ventured high into the mountains to find out.
Dragon Mount for Gutwad.
Nice. I like it.
We've got an adventure of 2, Matt, and we'll tame a dragon. We got some hero points.
Wait, are we traveling with Glop, or is Glop gonna stay?
Glop he's a part of the city. He's like a simpleton gnome in the city.
Oh,
But if you guys ever have need of animal training, they will train any animal for half the cost in half the time. And every one of you, they will train either an animal for a purpose for free or 2 tricks. And like I said, Glop is a master with animals, and he'll do it in half the time. So you guys set out on the road. You guys get all the way down the mountain. You see you see the tracks of all the goblins and what you guys had left behind. The carnage. You don't even know. You don't see any goblins on the road. You don't hear them. They have dispersed. Whatever few that remained that ran away, they were terrified and are nowhere to be found. You guys make it all the way down, back down to the road, the high road, and everybody go ahead and make a perception check.
No, perception memory. Come on. Be good. Oh, my token's not there. Okay. Sorry.
yeah. That is about how perceptive I feel after the beers I've drank.
Oh, can I beat you? Oh. Can I roll lower with... Oh.
Oh, wow. This is all pretty terrible, guys. But thankfully, skills, where's that? Tyrael, as you guys are probably halfway down the canyon, he puts out his arm
Oh,
and
nice.
and kind of pauses for a second, and he pulls out his bow, and he draws the string back, and you see the bushes kind of quiver.
Please don't shoot. I just wanted to come along on your adventure.
And as you hear that, the bush kind of parts, and you see Gwenolith and her little red ponytails in the air, and they're kind of drooping forward, as you could tell she's been caught.
I kind of snuck out of the village and I just wanted to follow you guys and help any way I could. You're all so amazing. I've always wanted to see the world. You won't even know I'm here. I'll help out in any way I can.
Darling, I think you have earned a place among our party. As long as when we bring it back, we don't get in trouble with your father.
Probably glad that not in city with Hepshard.
We are protecting you.
So
That's a
Jack,
real story. I like it.
Jack, over the course of your journey with the gnomes up to Glasser, and then even in the city, you could tell that Gwenolith had taken a liking to you. You could tell she kind of had little rosy eyes towards you, and at the mention that you saying that she could join your little band, just beams with just pure joy. She kind of runs over, and her hair's all bobbling over again, and
I won't disappoint you. I'll be the most amazing adventure you've ever seen.
and she'll travel with you guys as long as you'll let her.
Them little invention contraption things. And be sure to stay out of danger.
So as you say that, she kind of puts her hand on your shoulder, and
I'll show you anything you want.
Whoa. No. Mechanical things. Toys. Okay, let's go more than toys.
all right. So you guys make it down to the main road, and you guys make it down to the main road probably just as dusk starts to fall. You get to where the road splits, where Benefisto and Mikhail had tracked the thugs and kind of lost their trail. Get about nighttime. You guys make camp for the night, and you guys all do you guys want to make camp near the road?
Any
You guys
thoughts?
Yeah, probably a little bit off the road.
So the forest is it's dense, but it's not sparse, but it's not super dense. So you guys could make camp, a good 50 yards from the road, and still probably be able to see if somebody walked by with torches.
I like that plan better.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So you guys make camp. Gutwad happily sets up the whole camp. He gets not only does he find food somehow, but he cooks it and prepares it for everybody. You guys are all sitting back and talking, and Tyrael once again pulls out the frog and says, every day we're able to do this, and he offers it to both of you. And just as he kind of pauses and says, well, both of you have already licked the frog. May I take a turn?
Wait, who?
Tyrael.
Oh, Tyrael hasn't licked it?
Uh-uh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do another trip.
All right. So you guys all kind of get around the fire, and he licks the frog again, and his head starts to kind of swirl, and the the light from the campfire slowly fades, and kind of this new light starts to appear, and just as the light starts to kind of come into focus, this deafening roar just erupts and drowns out every other sense. Like your vision shakes, your ears are piercing, your skin crawls with it. And as the roar subsides, you stop and you can hear your own crying, and you're kind of hunkered down, and you can see this city just ablaze, flames coming from buildings, and a shadow crosses the sky, and you just see stars go black over the night, as a spurt of flames erupts and destroys more of the city. As you're sitting there, you look down and you see in your tiny hands this silver ring that you guys recognize from when Tyrael had given it to you, Jack, and you could feel this deep longing for somebody, just like you've been separated. And as another burst of flames erupts before the city, this strikingly beautiful woman that stands out from the chaos and destruction comes out of the shadows of the trees behind you, and she stoops down, picks you up, and cradles you and runs off into the forest. And as you do that, the vision changes again, and this time you see pitch. There's nothing. It's just this pitch black, and you're straining to see something in the darkness, and kind of in the distance you see this faint glow underneath what looks to be water ripples, and as the way these little ripples cascade, and you're focusing in on this light, you feel this sinister presence as it kind of prickles at your skin, and you can almost make out this terrifying pair of eyes as it blinks beneath the surface of the water. And just as the eyes blink, it changes again. And this time, you're up in the sky, and you see this army of undead, zombies and wights, and just every creature imaginable that has been raised from the grave and come from evil magic, swarming. And you recognize the walls of Castigan, and the city is no longer in any kind of repair or working condition, and the undead just swarm over the walls, and you see them cutting down body after body, and even as the bodies fall in the street, they rise back up again and turn on anyone running from them. And just as you see a body clawing out of the ground and grab somebody running by, the vision tears and pulls away, and you guys are all tossed back into the campsite.
Castigan seems just fine.
Totally opposite way. Crazy. These descriptions are vivid.
So as Tyrael's sitting there, you could tell he is visibly shaken, as he's trying to process everything, and he's just hunched over, and he starts talking, and you can tell he's not really talking to you, he's just talking, and I lived in the beautiful elven city of Eladris before the great dragon desired the wealth of that city and destroyed it. When the city was attacked, my birth mother brought me to the edge of the forest to get out of the city. She placed in my hands this very ring, saying that it was our family's signet, and it was her promise to come back with my sister. and that it would protect me until she returned. She then spoke out into the forest, saying something which at the time I didn't recognize, but I now understand as Sylvan. And now that I know, she said, Linevia, I hope you can hear me. If I don't return, please protect my son. As she ran back into the city. Linevia is my mother that raised me. How did they know each other? And he kind of just trails off in thought of pondering what the meaning of his mother, both his mothers, had in relation to each other and how they knew each other. And for the rest of the night, he's pretty withdrawn.
Linevia was also an elf?
She's the nymph that is captured in Castigan.
That's right. Okay, that was not bad. Crazy. This shit's better than Dragonlance.
So the rest of the night passes pretty uneventfully. You guys don't have any other issues. You guys are all at full health and all the other stuff. The next day, you guys get up. No real... you guys haven't really seen anybody on the road. The last few days, there's been a couple of travelers, not as many as what the road seems to lend itself to as far as heavy traffic. But you all attribute that pretty much to the war, that nobody's really heading to or from Castigan at this point. So you guys all get back on the road. You head down the path towards the suggested entrance to the Living Forest. You guys make it to the first bridge. Coming up on it, you actually see a lot more traffic. There's been a couple of people kind of hanging out by the bridge, and they ask if you have any news of the North.
My character tells him about Castigan under siege, and recalls details of the city that he saw.
All right. So they all look pretty worried, and it looks like they kind of talk amongst themselves and kind of head back away from Castigan. Are you guys hearing the music and ambient noise?
Yeah, here's some water.
Okay, I'm not hearing it, so
Uh,
I was just.
oh,
I'm gonna log out and log back in really quick.
okay.
There we go. So you guys make it past. Was that super loud?
I could hear.
It sounds super loud.
Uh,
Let's see if sorry. There we go. So you guys make it down past the road. Everyone make a. Actually, I'm gonna make that knowledge check for you.
Thank you.
So, Mikhail, you actually recognize that the sky, well, the clouds are pretty mellow. It's actually starting to kind of darken up, and it looks like there's a storm coming.
Oh, what's the terrain like where we're at?
Um,
Is it just for it? Like,
It's still foresty, yeah. It's like it's not as dense as the forest further north, but it's definitely kind of thick. Kind of like maybe up around your mom and dad's place.
Okay.
Um,
If a storm comes, we might want to take shelter. I start to communicate that to the rest of the team.
all right.
So Matt's around the house.
Yeah.
There's a
Tyrael,
storm. We need a shelter.
Tyrael agrees. So you guys look for a little bit and find a good dense part of the forest, kind of overhung by some rocks, and are able to kind of take shelter. And at first, it seems like there's probably not going to be any rain at first, but then just this, all of a sudden, it seems like just this torrential downpour of rain. What
That's
happened
pretty.
to it? Oh, there we go. And as the storm gets closer, it just kind of dumps rain on you guys, and there's some pretty heavy rain, and you guys, it winds up carrying you guys through the night. It winds up just keeping pouring, but under you guys' little overhang, you guys are able to make a little campfire and rest pretty comfortably throughout the night. In the morning, it's still raining, but the rain lets up, and you recognize that the rain, while not as heavy and torrential as it has been, will probably be just not a heavy drizzle, but maybe a little heavier than a drizzle, but nothing crazy.
Portland weather.
Yeah.
James just got home, by the way.
Oh, cool.
All right.
At least I hope that's James. Oh, it's a murderer.
Oh, while we're waiting for him, everybody roll initiative, so we got all that stuff ready.
Okay.
Oh, here I'll here's your tokens.
Where'd she go? There you go.
Not immediately.
Hepshard.
Oh, I could grab the desk chair. I brought him a desk chair? Yeah, Uncle Larry gave it to me. I was like, okay.
Oh.
Here you go. Check this out. Is that what you're using? Yeah, that's what I'm using. Isn't that awesome? Weird. Wait, we have no other speakers. But it means actually I can hear everything that's going on, like anyone in the house. Oh, really? Oh, they're not charged?
All right, I'm gonna take a leak while you guys are getting set up.
Sounds good.
There. Did you hear what happened with the goblin? No. At what point did the call drop? I don't remember.
You were
Be right back, guys.
a wizard. You were going and you guys were about to like blow the mountainside up or whatever, and then it just dropped, and it's like,
So
all right.
Andy successfully like snuck over there and put the things in the crevice, and then shot it with an arrow, and it blew up and caused this landslide that took out like 40 of the goblins. And then we and the gate. And then
To
we
the town.
yeah.
Whoops.
Whoops. And then we went down there.
Help.
My guy had successfully got everyone to go, and then that like craziness then caused a bunch of the others to leave until it was just the ward and the leader. And they and then like Andy and Tyrael and others made short work of them.
James also.
I died.
No. We all leveled.
We jumped out. We did Leroy Jenkins, and then we.
We all leveled up from the siege with that many goblins. You guys essentially took out 100 goblins between the two parties you had.
So we're level 4 now?
Yes.
Don't forget about your ability point.
Oh, yeah. Good business.
Oh, that's right.
God, I have second level spells now. Again, I can shapeshift now. Wow. Druid power activated.
Druid
Man,
power.
You finally discovered how, or not finally discovered, but I had no idea how fun this is with just not being purely combat oriented.
Mm.
Right? Yeah, we'd never really done not combat.
Michael's much better about that than I was. I was all combat all the time.
But
It's fun to see this. This is even more non-combat, I think, than Mike's adventures typically had.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
it's gonna get combat. I mean, we do at least 2 combats a session. But
Yeah. I don't mean we don't do enough. I'm just saying, this is incredible. It's so cool. Yeah, I don't think it's too little combat at all. All of the encounters have been really fun.
So, Benefisto, we have the 2 horses. I don't know if do you want. So we left the town, but we can kind of back up for just your sake. We have the 2 horses that you found from the woman that you saved at the ranch or the farm. We didn't know if you wanted to give them back to her. She doesn't know that you have them. She was just healed and nobody said anything to her. We can all take them. The village offered to train any of our animals, either 2 tricks or for a single purpose. They've got a really good idiot savant that can do it really quick, or we can go back and if you want to train additional tricks, it's half the cost for pretty much saving an entire village. So.
Okay.
Cool.
Whatever the group decides with the horses, me personally would probably mention it to the lady and give them back to her, since they're not ours. But
Okay.
They all.
James wasn't here.
But I wasn't here, so it's whatever the group did. If they overrode me, they overrode me.
No, we said
they
that.
They would defer to you to do whatever you would want to do. So, if you want to give them to her, that's by all means.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you give the horses to her, and you can tell she is just absolutely overwhelmed by your whole party's generosity and honor, and I mean even giving her the 5 gold coins that you had found in the barn. She takes the horses and she goes and talks to the mayor, and oh, there's James. Cool. So she talks to the mayor, and the mayor comes to you, and he's just flabbergasted at your generosity and nobility, and he tells you, Benefisto.
I don't know where you have come from. I don't know who you are or what honor and nobility you have that flows in your veins. For all of your generosity, please take this mount. It's my personal mount. And continue what you do.
And he gives you an actual war-trained mount.
Ooh.
Ooh. Nice.
So now Benefisto and Ashinda both have war-trained mounts.
Nice.
And the party as a whole has a pack horse. So later, I'm going to send out an email with all the items that you guys found from the Goblin Siege. Benefisto, you gained a Masterwork Heavy Wooden Shield +1, as well as found within the like epicenter of loot. There was a headband of inspired wisdom. This seems to benefit many members in the party, and whoever you guys want to give this headband to, it gives your wisdom +2.
Whoa, nice. You make. That's your primary?
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. Nice.
And it takes 24 hours for the stat to become permanent, and you guys have already traveled 24 hours, so if you want to put that on, go ahead and gain that bonus.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
You also found what's called a feather token. It's a feather that you can turn into a bird that is basically a homing pigeon that will have it go wherever you want it to and deliver a message.
Ooh, cool.
Andy got some other stuff. Hep got some stuff. You also found a bag of holding. Oh wait, no you didn't.
Oh.
Never mind.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, Rob.
Dangle, yank. Sorry, my bad. You're not.
No, guys, song. This really bag of holding. Look.
Benefisto, go ahead and roll initiative while you're here, and whenever we get into combat, we'll just go ahead and move into it. So you guys get back on the road. The rain is still kind of pouring. It's just a light rain, though. Is this?
Real
that's-
quick, should I level my character up to level 4?
Yes.
Okay.
And so you guys are on the road. It's pretty uneventful. The road is, like I said, it's really empty, and this part of the road seems to be less traveled. As you guys are going, everyone make another perception check.
No.
Oh, there's Big James and Little James. Whoa, that's trippy.
One looks like a...
Mirrored. One of them is mirrored and the other is not. James, look right.
Oh, that's creepy. That's so creepy.
That's
You know,
weird.
my camera actually shows you both turning towards the same direction. That's weird.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Michael, what did you see?
I had some lag, so like one James moved his head, then the other one moved his head.
Oh, crazy. Mine definitely had James moving his head to the left and then on one and to the right on the other.
As long as James is behind you, doesn't like get up and strangle you while the other one sits on the computer.
That would be when he gets up and walks away.
Yeah.
What was the other thing you do?
What was the way?
I rolled for initiative, but what was the other?
Perception.
So don't even worry about rolling. Jack, you actually notice as you guys are going along that something else has been following you, and it's not. It doesn't seem threatening, but you kind of catch glimpses of like brown fur through the trees, and
Huh.
it's not. It doesn't seem to be getting any closer, but you've noticed it for a little while, and it's probably followed you for a mile or two.
Hey, gang. Just letting you know, I don't think we're alone.
But yes, Tyrael and Benefisto here too.
Oh, shut up, you speaker. They ain't what I'm talking about. You know, they're like not alone in the forest.
What do you see?
Just patches of brown fur following us.
So Tyr.
Benefisto turning. If a druid in the form of a bear takes a shit in the woods, and a gunslinger sees it.
So Tyrael, he looks over towards the direction and he's like, there's a bear in the woods and he's following us. Hold on, I need to do something. We never sat down and described our characters. Tyrael, he's kind of a disheveled, mismatched in appearance. He's kind of got like pieces of armor that don't look like they go together, but they all fit him very well. He's got long black hair pulled into a knot in the back of his head, but he's got a bear claw scar across his face. And as he's looking at the bear, you can kind of tell he's a little nervous, but he walks into the woods, slowly approaching the bear. And the bear stops, and he kind of actually gets a little closer, and he sits down. Tyrael sits down, and he kind of just starts kind of staring at the bear, and the bear they seem to be like talking but not, and Benefisto recognizes that the two they're trying to kind of feel each other out, and. Tyrael, you could tell he's like forcing himself to stay sitting. You could tell he's a little nervous, but he finally, the bear, after growling a little bit, he plops down on his butt, and he kind of just starts licking his arm and looking around, and you could tell he's just kind of apathetic now. And Tyrael gets up, and he slowly approaches the bear, and he puts out his hand, and he kind of puts his hand on his head, and the bear like kind of pushes at his arm, and he like, and he licks his hand a little bit, and Tyrael kind of like scratches behind his ear, and then starts walking back towards the party, and the bear just starts plodding behind him, kind of just happy. And as he gets closer, this bear is kind of huge. Most bears, they're kind of small and like berry kind of bears, but this is like a grizzly bear, and he's pretty sizable. He's about the size of any one of us. But he looks like the most docile creature you've ever seen in the woods. And Tyrael comes up and he's like, when I was younger, I'd been attacked by a bear. I needed to face my fears. I think this bear's taken a liking to me by me trying to do that. We'll keep an eye on him, but he might be on for the long haul. And the bear, he just kind of plops down, and he's sniffing the ground looking for food, and he seems to be just happy to be with everybody.
Nice.
So you guys all pick back up on the road, and the forest is still a little rainy. Not really heavy, but it's raining enough to kind of restrict your vision. But you can still see, easily 60, 70 feet ahead. As you guys are going along the road, you guys do come across the split in the road that heads off to the right. And it heads in towards where you believe is the living forest. Tyrael kind of looks at the map, and I believe this is around the spot where Elder Tadric told us that the entrance to the living forest might be. The living forest is a bit more into the woods, but this path might lead us towards it.
Druid man, we're going to find one of your buddies, right?
I am not familiar with this druid, but all druids are friendly with one another. But referring to him as my buddy is a stretch.
A stretch. What kind of a stretch? A good stretch? Or an unwanted sign.
A hep shard stretch.
Nobody wants a head start stretch. Not even the poor sheep he mounts. I mean, the women he mounts.
Surprise sheep sex. Let's go on down the path.
All right, so you guys head off down the path. The forest gets fairly sparse, and it seems to kind of die away. It's almost like the vegetation doesn't want to be near the living forest. The path keeps going, and then there's a visible separation, and you see a large grassy field, and the path does lead up towards almost a wall of trees that stretches out in both directions that you see. As you get closer, you guys pull up to the edge of the forest. And with the rain, it's still a little hard to see, but especially with as dense as the forest gets. But you can still see pretty well. Right about here is kind of a little rock ridge. Everyone, here, let me make a... Jack, you actually notice on this little rock ridge what appears to be writing, but in no language you recognize.
Huh. On this thing?
Yes.
Hey, speaker man.
Hmm?
Can you read this?
My character will see if he knows it. If he could maybe like recognize the culture it's from, if he can't speak it.
So you take a second and you look at it, and do you have one rank in pretty much all knowledge?
Yeah, I have one rank in all knowledge at this point. So it would be what? And then since I'm level 4 now, I get the +2 thing. So
you're looking at this language and you're like, I don't recognize the actual wording, but as far as I know, that's Druidic.
It Druidman language.
And the writing is right here, but you can all tell this is from fairly far away, but the writing is too small to see.
I turn to Benefisto. Druidman, this is your word.
I investigate the writing.
All right, so you're gonna go ahead and walk up to it.
Yeah. By the way, what's our current health at?
Full.
Oh. Should be full, right?
Yeah.
Kinda.
Whoa. Mike, you wanna fill up your health? So Benefisto is.
Oh, right, okay.
If we're gonna be like at least another 20 minutes, I'm gonna take 5 and put something in the oven. But James can move my dude around, and I can shout things out. I can hear this anywhere in the house.
Okay.
It sounds good to me.
Okay.
I'm good for a while, so however long you guys want to play.
Yeah.
Wait.
Tomorrow's Monday, so let us play.
I just got back from a 9-hour drive, so I'm down to play. Am I able to comprehend the writing?
Yes, you do read it, and go ahead and make a. Make a will save.
I'm glad I wasn't able to read that one.
Let me read this writing.
Dude, man, look, read this, dude.
So, you walk up and you kind of smell this strange odor, but you kind of get a bit of a headache, but it doesn't really affect you. You're kind of able to shake it off. As you get closer, though, you recognize the plant that's right next to you. Is called it's called an extabe. It's kind of it's not a poisonous plant, but it sends out these like spores that will put people to sleep. And you realize that you were just able to save yourself and were like hardy enough against its effects. And it likes to eat its prey with these little petal, if it's able to knock something out. But you do get close and you start to read what's on. Did I?
Warning, dangerous plants nearby.
Dang it, sorry, I'm trying to find my note for what it says. I had the wrong one. Dang it, what the heck did I do with my stupid note? So you start reading it, and it kind of lays out that, any friends of the forest that read this, to find me, follow the road until the shrine, past the river, and the path to my house will be revealed.
So, through the woods, over the bridge, to Grandma's house we go?
Yeah. Something also that you notice, Benefisto, as you get close, is that the trees are not just trees. There's what looks to be what you've seen before is tendriculus. It's this large, like, body-eating tree that sits and waits for its prey. And these things will pick up a humanoid whole and eat it whole. And its acid will just dissolve armor. And you know that your party is nothing close to what can handle that kind of creature. But as you're looking up and you're reading these words, you start hearing this just crashing, and the first thing you see is this bugbear. It's just this mountain of muscle and fur come just stomping out of the forest, holding this huge morning star. And it's make it a perception for you. Wow. Jack, Benefisto, Ishinda, and Tyrael, you all see that he's wearing these flowers on his head and his shoulders, and it looks like the same flowers that are on the little plant that Benefisto just backed away from.
Oh.
As he's tearing through the forest, he walks right underneath this tree. As he does, he like pushes back this branch, and he like lets out at this just guttural growl. As he pulls this branch back, he lets the branch go, and just as this second bugbear stops right behind him, the branch swings behind, slaps the second one in the face, and knocks all the flowers off of his shoulders and his head, and the tree immediately reaches down and grapples this thing with its branches and these vines, picks up this 7-foot mountain of muscle, and pulls it into the very trunk of the tree, and this maw opens up and engulfs this giant bugbear, and he just disappears. A third bugbear comes behind, and he kind of laughing. You hear this like guttural, and he takes his Morning Star and smashes the other one right in the face as it's being picked up, and just bludgeons and caves in its face as its body kind of struggles in the vines and kind of goes limp as it gets eaten by this tree. And as it does, all three bugbears pull into view. Did I get all three? Nope. So first up, Benefisto. You're standing about 10 feet away from these guys as they crash through the forest.
Wait, I missed that. Did the bugbear, one bugbear hit the other bugbear?
Yeah, it lost its flowers.
Oh, interesting. That was part of the vision.
Yeah.
Well, it was different. The other ones, they were going to pick up the flowers. This one was actually getting picked up again, and before there was 5, they killed one, and now there's 4, and they just killed another one, so now there's only 3.
Oh, I see.
Oh, man.
The flowers seem to let them get by the trees, though. But they might make them violent. I mean, as a way for us to get through this forest, perhaps.
Benefisto, you are up.
I'm very courageous. I'll do that. I'll take out my club.
All right. All right, so you got move action and standard action. All right. Bugbear. This guy, he's wielding a javelin, and he rears back and throws it at you while you're retreating.
Damn, I should have asked what they were wielding.
Say what?
No, nothing. I said I should have asked what they were wielding.
2 of them have Morning Stars, and the first one that came out has a javelin. So the javelin, he rears back and throws it in the rain, and it like skids past and just flies over your shoulder. Mikhail.
I'm going to start my song up so that everybody gets +1 to attack and +1 to damage. And I think, let me double check. I think that's a standard action. Yeah, that's my standard action. So for my move action, I will move back some. Move over here some.
Okay. And this right here, it's probably about a 4-foot tall wall of kind of rocks that kind of creep up.
Where is that?
Where you were looking at right here.
Oh, I see.
Sorry, my green is not really standing
Yeah,
out
yeah,
on the
yeah.
green. All right, so you start your song, move back. Gutwad, he kind of looks a little shaken by these massive creatures, and he's really taken a liking to Mikhail, and he kind of backs up and he steps in front of you with the shield.
To me, Bloodwad. Good boy.
He also has his javelin, and he throws the javelin at them.
Get him, Gutwad.
Oh no, he had a sling. Sorry. But the sling, he rears back and he throws this stone, and the stone hits the little wall and skips off into the field. Jack.
Oh shit! What the fuck are these? I'll pull out Ripley and shoot at this one.
Okay.
Does this work? Let me see if it works. Is that the nope? Is it the right one? That was a little macro. Oh yeah, that was the right roll. And then
Remember to add
one if
Yep.
it's within 30 feet.
and +1 for the song too.
Oh, nice.
Plus 2.
So 16,
16.
30 feet, and Michael's song. So your gun, you sight in, and in the rain, your hands are a little slippery, and your gun goes off, and the bullet actually kind of it just barely hits one of the bugbears, but it skips off its like thick hide and armor, and it doesn't even seem phased.
Ooh.
So
Dang, dude.
so this bugbear, seeing his quarry back away, 15, 30. He's gonna try and run and jump over this little rock wall.
Hold that.
But as he leaps over the wall, he actually slips on the rock and falls into the ground, and falls prone right there. The second bugbear, he runs and jumps over both the wall and the other bugbear and bears down on Ashinda. Actually, well, he gets close, but he winds up getting close, and then he lets out this like just bestial roar and takes his Morning Star and whirls it over his head as he's running.
Oh god.
And Ashinda, like, not expecting these massive creatures to come out of nowhere, looks visibly shaken by this like intimidating creature bearing down on him. Ashinda up next. Even though he's a little intimidated, he steps forward and draws his weapon and cuts. And he just slices right through a lot of the flailing of the Morning Star, and cuts a deep gash right into his chest. Mikhail.
Huh? Oh,
Wait, didn't
James go yet? I went. I went earlier. I think.
how did that
How did that mess up?
bugbear? Oh, you have two. That's why.
Oh.
Somehow. It's Tyrael's turn. So Tyrael, He pulls out his bow, and he's also going to fire at the guy with the javelin, throwing javelins at everybody. He takes aim, and you could tell his hand slips in the rein off the string, and the arrow kind of skids off into the forest. Gwen, you can tell, is like very nervous about this battle she finds herself in, but determined to make a good impression. She starts slapping things together, and you see her kind of put these couple of arms together, and then she puts this gear onto the top of her backpack, and she spins these couple of blades, and they start spinning, and then they start spinning really fast, and all of a sudden they're spinning so fast around her that you can't really see them anymore, but she seems to appeared like a little cloaked in this spinning field of arms.
I don't want to touch that.
Benefisto.
I'll move here and attack him.
All right.
Yeah, that's it for now.
So you rear back with your club, and you take, after Shinda's gut slash, you kind of take your club and you actually hit the back of his head on a backswing, and you can kind of see him snap his head forward. He kind of looks really dazed, and he's just tottering on his feet.
Nice.
This bugbear again, he's gonna like just pound his chest and pull out another javelin and make this really intimidating glare at you, Benefisto. And what's your wisdom?
20.
Oh, that's
plus
right.
5, 18. So, being so close to these couple of bugbears that came leaping over this wall, and now this one that you can tell is just staring you down and threatening you, you're now shaken. You receive -2 to your attacks, saves, and skills and ability checks. And he's going to hurl another javelin at you. But again, the javelin this time, it comes whizzing past, but it actually sticks right into your shield as you're kind of guarding yourself against it. Mikhail.
My character is gonna let's see, make sure I'm within 30 feet. So I'm gonna shoot at the prone guy, and I've got my song bonus. I took point blank shot, and I also have what's called Arcane Strike, which just gives me +1 to damage should I hit.
Okay.
So let me roll that. I'm clicking this guy. Come on. Oh, I'm in the ruler. Okay. And so this would be +2 to hit, plus, yeah. And then it would
Whoa.
be +2 to damage too. Because of the song and it would be +3 to damage with song, arcane strike, and the whatchamacallit, point blank shot modifiers.
Did you also add in your strength?
It naturally the macro added that to that already.
Okay. So you do hit it. You like nail it and kind of pin it right to the floor. So that's just the 6 damage, or it's 6 + 3?
6 + 3.
Okay.
I haven't got the mod.
So it like just you find a great chink right in its armor, and it digs an arrow right into his thigh.
Whoa!
As you do that, like Gutwad, like bolstered by your display of archery, he wants to mimic you, and he throws a javelin towards the bugbear as well. Oh.
Go!
Or
Oh,
a sling.
okay. That's
And it's +1 for your attack.
for my song. Yeah.
So he rears back with his sling. He wicks another stone towards him, but this one doesn't even hit the rock wall. It kind of flies off into the distance.
No, got what? Oh God! Did the tree move?
Sorry, that was me.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I thought that was intentional. Trees are coming out to attack us.
All right, so Jack.
So we got a bugbear here, and a bugbear with a bow back here.
He's got javelins, but yeah. This one is actually prone on the ground. He slipped on the rock wall and fell.
And I shot him while he's down. The bard is helpful.
Huh. What would I do? Actually, it's much more likely that I would attack the one with the javelin. And I take a step here, and I don't actually think he's within 30 feet. Nope, just outside of it.
So you can make a full, does your gun require a full round action to fire?
Oh, no, you're right.
So you can
Yeah.
make a move action.
Not with the feats that I took. That's right. All right, I'm gonna come up here to and shoot at the one with the javelin. So
Okay.
take a little 10-foot step.
So again, in the rain, you're aiming, and you fire. This time, your aim was a little more accurate, but the bugbear, having seen you kind of move over, he kind of takes duck behind the rock wall, and you just shoot and hit the rock. As the bugbear steps forward, though, he winds up. You can see this kind of strange look in his face, and you could tell he kind of totters on his feet, and then he just crumples over the wall, and he looks. He's alive, but he might be sleeping. And the same thing with this one. So Benefisto came and knocked him over the head, and he gets this strange look in his face as he like snorts, and he kind of falls over, and you can hear him start to snore. Ashinda, he doesn't give a crap. As the bugbear is starting to fall, he goes in. He goes in and eviscerates the bugbear as he falls. And the bugbear, half asleep, half awake, his guts just spill out onto the ground, and he falls dead on the floor. Tyrael, he's going to take a little move over here, and he's going to, the bugbear that's behind the wall, he can't really see, so he's going to take aim at the one on the ground. And he again, he rears back, and this time he doesn't slip. He holds the bow nice and steady, and he just sinks an arrow right into its gut as it's starting to fall asleep, and it dies as well. Gwenolith, seeing everybody die and kind of queasy at the gore, she kind of backs up and wait. Where did I put Gwen? Ah, I don't have her here. You also have your eagle, James, in case you want to do anything with him.
I know.
And I have my bear, which I keep.
Bear
I just
fucker.
say what?
Bear fucker.
Not that big yet.
Hey Dan, remember it's not the size of the one.
Oh.
Benefisto.
So it's asleep?
The two in front of you are dead, and the one that is on the wall, he kind of crumpled on the wall, and he looks asleep.
This is probably stupid, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Set fire to the forest.
I kill it with fire. I'm going to remove his helmet of flowers.
Okay. That's all you're gonna do? So you take off its helmet, and you're holding its helmet, and it's just snoring there on the rock.
Okay.
Mikhail.
Do I hear anything? More crashing?
No, not over the sound of the rain.
I'm gonna shoot an arrow at that plant.
The one that just ate a whole bugbear?
No, the one that's putting people to sleep.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, I'll click on. There you go. And I'm also stopping to sing my songs. I just want to have its bonus. Did that roll? Why did? So if that's within 30 feet, that would be a 17.
Okay, so yeah, you take aim and you let loose this arrow. Are you sure your strength is added to that? I don't think it is because you have +2 to your bow.
Oh yeah, I'll have to figure out. Sorry.
Okay,
I'll have to
so
play
that's
with the macro later. Yeah.
+3 for your overall.
Yeah.
So that's 5. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you sink this arrow into its roots, and you can tell it kind of like pulls some roots back and wraps around the arrow and snaps the arrow in half, but then kind of claws back down onto the rock. And as it does, it also kind of slowly moves over the rock and moves on top of this bugbear and starts to entangle it in roots.
Oh, that's creepy. I shout in surprise. The flowers, they are alive!
All right, Gutwad, kind of confused as to what to do. He's just kind of look around and defer to everybody else before he decides what he wants to do. Jack.
Matt ponders as to what to do about the flower.
Okay. So pretty much everything's asleep right now. We don't need to like be in rounds anymore.
Yeah.
That's 1, 2.
Back away from the flower.
So the flower seems to be like slowly entwining its roots into the very flesh of the bugbear, and it seems to be sucking the juices and whatever from the bugbear. And its flowers have these strange like faces on the petals. But Benefisto, at examining the helmet, as you pass by Ashinda, both of you guys you guys smell the same overpowering scent, and you could tell it's a different flavor of this scent, but you're both able to resist whatever it is it's putting off as pollen, as well as Jack.
Okay.
What?
Benefisto took off the helmet of the one bugbear right here that's sleeping, and as he did, both him, Ashinda, and you kind of all catch whiffs of this different scent. It's not the same as the one that is next to the rock wall. It's a little different, but you're able to resist whatever scents it's putting off.
Crazy.
So you guys got a sleeping bugbear, and then as you guys are kind of backing away from this scene, you guys are hearing actually like bones snapping and crunching within the trunk of this tree.
Oh my gosh. And it ate the bugbear once the flowers got knocked off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we should try to drag the bodies away from the flowers, or at least some of the bodies, so that we could loot them, versus it getting eaten by the flower.
Yeah. The tree.
Both, either.
Oh, do the flowers eat people?
Yes, the flower's eating one of the bugbears now.
Oh, that's what that...
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Oh,
picked it.
wait.
It like picked itself up, crawled over, and started like putting its roots into the bugbear and is eating it alive. Well,
I didn't
it's
trust
dead.
it. Yeah.
The bugbear's dead though, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's gruesome. You think we should drag this one?
Well,
away?
definitely the one next to Ashinda. But yeah, we should get that one, or teach Gutwad how to coup de grace.
Ooh, good lesson for Gutwad.
Yeah, yeah.
Sneak attack, Gutwad.
Both of those are dead.
Oh.
But-
Gutwad, you killed them!
No, the sleeping one. We'll teach Gutwad to coup de grace on the sleeping one. Actually, wait. Teaching Gutwad to kill things in his sleep, that's probably not a good idea.
That is probably not.
So you guys gonna try and coup de grace?
Gutwad, now you practice whenever you get a chance. Yeah, let's try to drag it away. This one?
Okay. Who's gonna do it?
Somebody with a high will save should, or whoever is good at resisting those flowers.
Why do we want to drag it away?
To teach Gutwad how to coup de grace.
Or in... Wait, why did it fall asleep again?
The flowers. Remember, earlier James walked near it and nearly fell asleep.
So it falls asleep. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should leave it there. I don't know if it's worth going over there to get God to teach him to coup de grace.
That's true.
If we
We
wanted to switch it or something.
Yeah, I guess interrogating is the best. It would know if those flower crowns are the key, and it could tell us where to find them.
Assuming it speaks common.
Oh. Teach it to speak.
Can you speak, Bear? Speaker of words.
Here, let me.
I don't think I picked my languages, so I wouldn't.
Probably
You
not.
probably wouldn't pick bug.
Yeah, it would not be.
So, Benefisto, you know a little bit about bugbears. They you know they're like chaotic and evil creatures, and these things, they will straight up, they'll just kill you for the fun of it. You don't think that they really, you know that they associate with hobgoblins and anything that will allow them to kill, maim, and destroy others. But you're pretty sure that they do speak common.
Okay.
Do we want to interrogate? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, does someone have a grappling hook? I'm checking my items.
I think that blew up with Ziggy.
Aw.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Do we have rope?
I have rope.
Yeah.
I say we do interrogate him, man.
All right. You probably have the highest will save, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you go try to get him?
I'll probably need someone else to help me drag him.
You got it.
Send him to Shinda.
Were they pretty big?
They're like 7 foot,
Oh.
300 or
Well, I can
400
give him a
pounds.
rope and you can tie it and we'll drag him.
Okay.
You gonna drag him over the wall or around it, or?
We're gonna go around, not over the wall, but we're gonna be very strategic about it to not get close to this thing.
Okay. So you get close to the bugbear. You're able to kind of tie him up, wrap a rope around him, and drag him further out into the clearing without waking him up. You gonna kind of bound him, tie him up.
And, yeah, disarm him too.
Okay. So you strip all the weapons from him, and he's sitting there tied up, sleeping, sawing logs.
I take my hand and I slap him.
So you slap this ugly maw of teeth and fur, and the thing like slowly starts waking up, and the first thing he sees your face, he just roars at you and
Smack him.
Oh, just brush your teeth.
he struggles against the ropes, and let me see about
I have
What?
Ripley trained on him.
Hey James, what's your combat maneuver defense?
Ooh.
That's a great question.
It's a CMD under the defense tab.
Whoa, what is that?
It's pretty much everything that you use any kind of combat maneuvers for, whether it's grappling or a bunch of other stuff. It's a streamlined way of handling some of the crazy stuff.
Oh god, it says 18.
Oh, nice.
18?
Yeah.
Okay. So it struggles against the ropes, and it just like keeps muscling, but after a couple of minutes it gives up and it can't get out of the ropes.
Nice. Where you find flower helmets?
It make a diplomacy check.
Yay, diplomacy.
And it's not really a helmet. It's just kind of haphazardly attached to different parts of their bodies.
Okay. Did that roll? There we go.
So it again kind of looks at you and looks around and sees all the people that are around him and kind of just kind of sags in visible defeat and says, "We take the flowers from those pieces of shit that eat us." And he kind of motions over to the little Extebe plant that's like sucking the life out of one of his dead cohorts.
Interesting.
Flowers are from the trees?
From the, I think it's from one of these guys.
So you guys also look over, and there's another set of plants that are also a little on the other side of the path, leading into the forest.
Why do you wear them?
The trees will eat you if you're not wearing something that repels them.
You
How-
big.
How come the flowers don't eat you when you wear them?
We strip the damn petals off their branches, but only the strongest can get close to a plant like that.
You from big tribe or small tribe?
Screw tribes. I'm just here to kill and taste blood. As he does, he kind of spits.
So, okay. Well, hopefully there's not a lot of them in there then. Anything else we want to ask it?
What's in the forest?
All kinds of shit that'll eat pieces of crap like you. You won't survive 10 seconds in that horrible conglomerate of vines and ropes and trees.
Why were you in there?
Anything for a fun fight and to taste some blood.
You see any druid men in there?
Druids. We'd eat that piece of crap.
You need to watch your language, young man.
He spits in your face.
Alright, my questions are over. Anyone else?
Yeah, what do we do with this one?
Got what?
Oh no, that was me.
Oh.
Things. Oh, I think we put him out of his miserable, violent, aggressive life.
Oh, I wonder if we could use him as bait for the other plant.
The other plant moves?
The one that picked up the bugbear, its roots picked up out of the ground and like entangled the whole thing. It could move. Benefisto's pretty sure they do.
I mean, personally, I would like to somehow set him like right here, or maybe like right there, or just kill him.
So he is like a 400-pound hulking.
Yeah, easier just to kill him.
Yeah, my sense, there's no need to make him suffer unless feeding him to the tree is somehow gonna gain us a benefit.
Then my character is gonna perform a death dirge or something like that, while Shinda performs a formal execution.
So Shinda, he reaches down, he pulls out his sword, and he rears back and slices his head right off, and the bugbear topples to the ground. His head rolls in one direction, and blood spills out on the wet ground and grass.
So let's see. We've got those sleep bushes that we could try to get the flowers off of and put in our hair.
Yeah.
But they can move. They seem a little meaner. I don't think my bow is going to be very useful against them. Does anybody have fire? No, Drew, do you have fire?
You guys all have torches. It is raining.
Oh, yeah.
However, so I don't know. I do have flaming spear, but
Do we want to try to make our way through the woods as normal, or it seems like these flowers would be really useful for getting through here?
I would like to take some just in case. See what we can gather.
Yeah.
It'd be
Okay.
naive to think that if we stay on the path that we're not going to encounter a tree that moves.
Yeah.
Tyrael kind of. That is not the only vegetation that can and will eat us. This is not a fluke finding this. We should take every precaution we can.
Right. Okay. Let's see. How do we want to go out at getting the flowers off?
Hey, Gutwad. No.
Yeah? I'll help! And before you even can say anything, Gutwad runs over to the plant. Did I roll the right one?
I successfully killed Gutwad. I am a good person.
Oh my god!
So Gutwad, he runs over. He's carrying this shield. He barely can see where he's going. He slips in the grass. He kind of like catches himself, but as he gets close to the plant, right about here, he trips again, hits the ground, and is like sleds on the shield across the slick grass, and just slides into the couple of dead bodies of bugbears and stops, and you can tell he's just asleep on the shield.
Gutwad! I run to go make sure Gutwad's all right. Both
All right.
hand drawing my longsword and holding it in two hands.
Make a will save.
We'll see. Okay. Oh, come on. Defenses. Rolling. I may have clicked that twice, so let's just go with the first.
So you run up and you can smell this kind of overpowering flowery scent, but nothing really happens to you. And and the flowers seem not really interested in you. They're just sucking the life out of the body that's in front of you.
Ugh.
Well, I'm going to move Gutwad's sleeping body away from the flowers at first, but then I'm going to go back to if we're going to make an attempt at whacking some of the branches off.
Yeah, of the flowers.
Yeah.
The flowers.
Yeah. We should drag this dead body away as well. We can probably use it to bait to get other trees to other plants to come out.
The decapitated one? Is it the decapitated one?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Mikhail, as you walk up and you kind of hack a couple of branches off, the plant kind of shrieks away at pain, and you're able to harvest the whole crap load of flowers.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
I thought, yay, it's not killing me. I sing the Bard Lives Another Day song.
Brave Sir Mikhail.
Cool. Well, I adorn Gutwad's sleeping body with some of the flowers, and seeing that it has no ill effects, I put it on myself.
Okay.
Assuming it has no ill effects, I put it on myself.
So, I'm assuming everybody puts plants on their heads and on their bodies, or flowers. I can't see James, so
Yeah,
I don't know if that's
I
right
do.
or not.
Sure.
Whoa, that's like a great white coming out from the depths.
So with the flowers that Mikhail takes, he starts divvying them out, and everybody starts putting them kind of on their heads and shoulders and stuff. Gwen winds up falling asleep, but you guys are able to wake her and Gutwad back up, and you're all able to put flowers on you guys, and Tyrell's able to put some flowers on his bear, and he looks very regal in the forest.
I put some flowers on Nightwing.
All right. So you guys are gonna take the body with you? I'm assuming you guys are gonna put them on the horses as well, or are you guys gonna take the horses into the forest?
Ooh.
I
don't know if horses in the forest is the best idea.
Yeah, that'd be risky. Why don't they give up our horses?
Who do we have?
Ishinda, at the thought of abandoning his horse, he just kind of, cowards! I will take my steed into the forest. and he braids this elaborate flower, like row into his horse's mane.
Oh, we can braid him. That's a good idea. That is exactly what Ashinda would do. You have no honor. All right. I think we should do the same to the other one.
Yeah.
All right.
I won't braid them into the war horse, but I'll make sure it is wearing them.
So as you guys are kind of picking flowers and stuff, the rain really lets up and it stops raining. You guys gonna head into the forest, or I'm assuming you guys pretty much every time I'm gonna assume that you guys are searching the bodies.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'll let you know if you guys find anything that are really helpful. But for now, I'm just gonna send it out in the email
Sounds good.
later.
Yeah. If it's like a time sensitive bet, like if we had to, like, we're fleeing or something, there's some dead bodies, and I guess it would matter.
Yeah. So you guys head into the forest. Possibly? No?
Cautiously.
Cautiously. Are you guys? So you guys are gonna take the bugbear with you?
No. That was if we needed more flowers.
Oh, okay. So you guys all walk into the forest, and as you do, the sound and everything really gets this creepy feeling to it.
I also told everyone what the writing said.
Okay.
Whoa. That's creepy.
The sounds that kind of come from the forest they're recognizable, but not a normal forest. Things that live here are not common, and the forest is pretty dense. And even on this path that you guys are on, it's still pretty. It's hard to see. Everything is very dark, and you guys make it along the road a fair distance, and you cross over a small river. It's not much of a bridge. It's more of like a set of worn-down planks that haphazardly span this creek. It's not maintained or anything. It looks like something just threw some random sticks and twigs and branches and like a tree trunk to try and get across the river. As you guys kind of make your way across the river, you come up to this strange statue. It seems kind of out of place, but it's what looks to be a god holding a scimitar up in the air, and along the base there's more writing in Druidic.
I shall read it.
So
you said it was a god?
It looks like it's probably a god.
Okay.
It's
While
probably
James
a
reading it,
god.
I'm going to try to remember if I recognize it from anywhere.
Okay. So it looks to be what's his name? Gozra. It's the god of nature, weather, the sea, and nothing supremely remarkable. It's one of the major deities, but
Okay.
It's just kind of strange here in a path. This statue in this forbidding forest. Benefisto, you bend down and read the words along the bottom, and it says, "Only friends will find me." Dang it. Oh, duh. It says, "Cast detect animals on the statues to see my path, but only true friends of the forest will find me. Longstriders will have an advantage."
Hmm. What words say?
It says only true friends will find him. However, there is a spell that needs to be cast to make this easier upon ourselves. A ritual, if you will. It also refers to Longstriders having an easier time. That is
What?
more than likely referring to druids and rangers.
Hmm.
People friendly to nature.
What you need for ritual? Blood?
Not blood.
Bone?
Not blood, not bone. Need a moment to think. So for the moment, peace and quiet will do.
I shall sing the song of thinking. Hmm. So are we in like, how thick is it here? Like, there's the statues on the path.
The statues on the path. The forest is pretty dense here.
Okay.
You pretty much the whole party is going to have a hard time getting through the forest. Benefisto, he can move through the forest pretty easy, and he doesn't seem to have a problem stepping over branches and getting around some of the thick bramble bushes. But everyone else is all pretty tied up.
Hmm. So you heard this, Matt, right?
So we're slightly entangled?
The forest around the path is pretty dense, and it's going to take everyone pretty a hard time getting through the forest.
Even on the path, you mean?
The path, not so much. It's kind of it's turned more into a game trail, almost what it looks like now, as opposed to a road. But for you guys to take the horses and things through the thickets, will definitely slow you down.
Oh, I see. Is it the impact mainly of the horses? Is this a good stopping point? I'm like watching Michael fall asleep.
Sorry, guys.
It's annoying.
We can definitely stop here.
Oh my, this is you.
Yeah, I'm a little tired, but I can hang in if you guys want to do a couple more minutes or whatever.
To keep going will probably take half hour, maybe a little more. But
Let's
we can
call
save it.
Call it? Okay, yeah, this isn't a bad spot. We could think about what we want to do here, too.
Yeah.
I could meditate, and then I could learn detect animals. I could meditate and recall that spell. It would take whatever the normal rest is, so I think I'd have to look it up. It's either 4 or 8 hours.
It's 8.
Yeah, it's part of the sleep that you do. I meditate on my spells. But that's something we can figure out for next time.
Yeah. This was really fun. Sorry, I'm not falling asleep because it's boring. I'm just tired. Thanks.
Oh yeah, I mean it's like 11 there.
Yeah.
Awesome. This would be a good place to pick up on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet guys.
Yeah. So cool.
I will get out loot and stuff, as well as experience, and you guys can finish leveling up to 4 later when at your need or leisure, and we're all set for next weekend.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm a maybe, but if I'm here,
I'll make sure Matt's here.
it's fun even with 2. It's freaking cool.